Friends, how many of us have them? Friends, ones we can depend on. Friends, how many of us have them? Friends, before we go any further, let's be friends. Just saying I'm live. What about your friends? Will they will they let you down again? What about your friends? Will they ever be around? Or will they turn their back on you? Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? Welcome to the program. Better remember this thing is reversed. I got to mirror it. Um, Welcome to the program. If this is your first time, welcome. Could you please do me a favor, guys? Please do me a favor and start liking and commenting so that I can get in the algorithm, so that we can get more traffic to this platform, please, and thank you. Okay, so today's topic of the carpool rant is what about your friends? Now, let me tell you a funny story. I was gonna talk about something totally different, but this, I, I it's very I'm very dangerous when you give me time to think. When you give me that time to think, and I did something that I rarely do. Usually, I take my showers at night. I took my shower in the middle of the day, and it just gave me time to think. So I was like, no, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about this. What about your friend? And this is going to be a two-parter. So, and I'm going to tell you why I'm doing this. I recently, oh, y'all hear my air in the background. It's hot here, and and I think the heat index is over 100, 109. It's hot here, so y'all gonna hear my AC. Uh, so I found out not too long ago that a friend that I thought was a friend is no longer a friend, and I found out this happened. Evidently, this happened a couple of months back, but I just hey, Doreen, welcome. Hey, baby. It's nice to see you. I found this out like a couple of months after it went down. So there were a friend that me and my sister shared. Ooh. Yeah, I done blew up, honey, like a can of biscuits. But and I mean, we met at a job. All three of us met on the job. We was working. They were in management, and we was the workers, and we hit it off. This was back in 94, 95. That's how long we had been friends. I mean, we've been through thick and thin, breakups. We've been through, I mean, everything together. I mean, we've been through everything together. You know, relationships like when she got married, she had a destination wedding. We went. She had got hemmed up and had got detained by by the authorities. And at this time, my family owned we owned a pager company. So this pager company. So this lets you know how long we had been friends. I closed the business. Me and my sister closed the business to go down there to see what was what. You know, like I said, she got married. Me and my sister, we went there. Fast forward to a couple of years back, her husband unfortunately passed. When I got the news, I left my job. No, they saying no. When we found out about it, they saying that he was it was going to be soon, and that she was down there at the hospital. I left my job to go and be at the hospital with her. And by the time my sister, she was at home cooking Sunday dinner, and so I got off. I went home, changed out my clothes. She finished dinner down at the hospital with her. By the time we got down there, he had passed on, unfortunately. You know, while the funeral was going on, she didn't want to be in the house by herself. Me and my sister, we were there. We was there for her. Now, let me say this. I'm not going to say during the friendship that she was never there for us, because, like, certain jams that would get in, could go to her and she would help out. But that's what friends do to each other. Because, you know, when she had wanted to get married, I think she was short like $4,000, $3,500, $4,000. I was like, damn, I ain't got it. We went to our mother, woke our mother up by her sleep, told her what was going on. She was like, go to the bank. Okay, go get it. Turned over, went back to sleep. This chick was like family. My son birthdays, if we didn't see each other no other time, on my son's birthday we saw each other. So fast forward to this year, I don't know if I had came on here and told y'all, but my sister almost died. My sister had got sick, and y'all to see my sister. Y'all know my sister thick like me. My sister was so sick, she lost almost 50 pounds. And it was real scary, you know, because the fun, it was not funny. And I think about it was, my sister was suffering for the same thing that killed her husband. It was it was real bad. And I would call her, and let her know what's going on. Which is why when I tell y'all this shit, when I heard, I was like, what the fuck? But we were there for each other through thick and thin. It had got, jobs. We couldn't see each other uh, that much. So we had said, okay, every third Saturday of the month, we going to get together, and our spot was this restaurant in Houston. So we had started doing that. Now, her husband at the time, her husband had a problem with her hanging out with me and my sister, because we were single, and ain't no married woman got no business hanging out with no single women. And I was like, what? But she is one of them types that when she gets a dude, everything else kind of get put on the back burner. At least that's the way it looked to me. So, and I know my sister's gonna have fit, but that just touched. That was just in my spirit. Don't talk about this. Get some, and I really would like for y'all, when y'all hear this, to drop down in chat if you're catching the replay or whatever, and let me know what y'all think. Am I wrong to feel some type of way about this? So, well, not really feel some type of way, but it bothers me because your timing was fucked up. The timing of doing this shit was fucked up. But okay, so after her husband passed, while he was sick, he wanted her to make amends with this other friend of hers, baby mama. This chick, when I said snake in the grass, let me tell you how snake in the grass this chick is. Now, her baby daddy, who is also her good friend, because now we live right around the corner from each other. She works downtown. She will go from her job out to old boy house who lives in South Atlanta. But you have to pass right by our house to get to where she lives. But that's a whole nother thing. Okay. Her husband's wish was for her and the friend baby mama, to make amends and start back hanging together. But like I said, this chick is a snake in the grass. And let me tell you how snake in the grass bitch is. When her and her baby daddy was together, he had this friend that would be over at the house. He had a night job. He would leave them at the house. And then it got so where she would have my sister come over to the house to make it look like the three of them was hanging out. So y'all know what happened, right? Her and the friend ended up getting together. And now they a couple. I think they had one or two children together. That's how snake in the grass this is. So now the baby daddy's mama don't like the chick that's friends with me. She don't like her. Her and his brother got hemmed up in some shit. She already didn't care for her. She ain't never liked her. So old boy baby mama gets in front of his mom. Oh, I don't care for her because she does some things that I just don't agree with. Big chiefing. And I heard this. I was like, well, she be over that big chiefing just like everything else. Because they would go on trips. Old girl would pay for everything. Like her, my sister, and the baby mama went on trips together. She would pay for everything up front. They would pay her back. Oh, they would go to football games. They would go out of town to go to football games. And she was right along. But all of a sudden, you get in front of this man mama and you talking her down. Oh, she smokes and I don't agree with that and this, that, and the other. And I was like, girl. So they had fell out. I want to say it had something to do with some season tickets that she had paid for, and girlfriend never paid her for. So they had fell out. They hadn't spoken years. But I guess because she was in a relationship, her husband wanted her to make up with her. So that's what ended up happening. Now, my sister ain't cared for her because, bitch, you used me to get with old dude, and you ain't finna use me. No, I ain't got that. 100 foot, a hundred yard pole. That's what I'm finna deal with you with. So I mean, y'all, it was so bad. Her job had moved her to Chicago for a little bit. So one weekend, me and my sister flew up there to see her. When I said every time her husband called, we, we couldn't say nothing because she didn't want him to know that we was there in Chicago with her. And when I said call, this man called every 20 minutes. And I just told her, I was like, girl, that would drive me crazy. And we laughed it off. Damn it, I love, oh no, I didn't. Got my trusty water. Essentia. Essentia. Sponsor me. But, you know, so, then we get to her other friend. The reason why and my sister was it maid of honor, matron of honor, it stood up for her wedding because her homeboy was too chicken shit to let his mama know that he was gonna be going to her wedding. And the thing was, he didn't even have to pay shit. Folks said we'll pay for you to go. But you know that, hey, that's the A spoon coon. Fine, you know. So fast forward to my sister, My sister got sick. I'm calling her. I'm letting her know. My sister had the procedure done, and she was like, make sure they be careful with that because my stepdad had that and it caused him to have strokes. Now, mind you, that's the only thing this chick said about her stepdad having strokes was when he had the procedure. So, my sister had called, she either called and left a message or sent her a message say, hey, I'm just getting at the hospital. I'm kind of in the bind. Could you, A, B, C, and D. Now, if you couldn't do it, just say you couldn't do it. Just say you can do it. She sends this long message. Oh, I've got a lot of stuff good, and you hadn't called and checked on me. My stepdad had 3 strokes. I and I just need people in my life that's gonna be there for me, and all this long shit. And I'm like, but chick, the only thing you said to anybody about a stroke was when you told me that when he had the same procedure my sister was gonna have, it caused to be make sure y'all they be careful because it caused him to have a stroke. That's the only thing she said about a stroke. And see, and my sister waited to tell me this because she know my ass. Because honestly, I call bullshit on it. See, because what to me, what it looks like to me is you done got back with and hanging tight with old girl. So my sister, because she had her job had moved her to, I forgot what city. It was one of them Carolinas. And now, before my sister had her baby, when they would go on these trips to these games, she would call A, B, C, and D. Yeah, boom, let's go. Well, now she had called my sister talking about going on a trip. And I think the baby might have been 6 months. My mom and my sister was like, well, no, because I have to try to find somebody to keep the baby. And, I'm not, you know, comfortable with being out of state and leaving my baby here. You know, do you know that heifer ended up going to therapy and admit that she was jealous of a newborn because a newborn, because my sister baby had took her away from her. What kind of shit is that? At the time, I'm thinking, okay, that's why I think, well, damn, she a really good friend, which I really did think she was, even though we hadn't been seeing each other like like we usually do. It had got around to like my son's birthday, and then maybe me and my sister's birthdays. That's when we had, But I understand people be busy. I understood that. Even though you live right around the corner from me, you have to pass my house to get to your house, and you wanted some people have to call me before they come to my house. She was one that you didn't have to call. I mean, you pass right by my, still to this day, you pass right by my fucking house. But that's neither here nor there. And I'm like, to myself, I'm like, you jealous of a baby? Of a baby? Okay, but hey, she really valued, hey, in my mind, go, okay, she really love my sister. She really valued that friendship. And, because some people do look like that, like, darn, you throwing a wrench in my property, but it's a baby. Now you gonna blame a baby, you know? And I'm like, really? Didn't nobody call and check you? I was calling you and they're giving you updates on my sister. You might as well say the whole time my sister was in the hospital, just about. But you let this be the reason why y'all you can't be friends. And like I said, my sister know me because my sister know I would have been like, what's good? What's all this? And here's my thinking. I really do think she just started back hanging with that snake because even though you can when you hear something that somebody sends or that somebody writes, you can tell how they would word something as to how somebody else would word something, and that the way that shit read, that was some shit old girl was telling her. And my sister was upset because here is a friend. I mean, almost if not 30 years, the highs and lows that we all have been through, you know, and you let this be the reason, really? So yeah, I mean, I'm just leery of that word friend because I think she was the only. Well, no, it was her and this other person that I considered my friends. You know, so I'm like, well, damn. But here's the thing. At first, when I was thinking about doing this, my statement was gonna be when that snake turn around and bite your ass, don't come back this way. But see, we ain't built like that. And that's why we done got bit so many times by people that friends. Because the thing about it is if God forbid someone's gone and she was called and said she needs something, we'll be there. Because that's the way we was raised. You don't burn a bridge because you never know when you have to go back across that bridge. You know, but that it just blow me. And I'm gonna do a look. How my grandmama said, "Lord, spend my life and nothing happened." I'm gonna do a part two tomorrow because I got another friend that I'm gonna talk about. But it's just crazy. I mean, this was almost 30 years. Cause first her and my sister clicked, and then I started hanging, and we all clicked. I mean, it's just it's just amazing. It's people. That's the only thing I can say. People, and it probably wouldn't have bothered me if it had been done at any other time. But the timing that she chose to do this shit, I mean, this girl was maybe 2 weeks off of her deathbed. That's how sick my sister was. You know, but we had that song. I got a praying. She got a praying mama. Cause it was nothing but God. Nobody, nothing that with God. Because if you was see my sister today, you wouldn't even be able to tell she had been sick. She back to being her, uh, being my little annoying pain in my culo. Love you, sis. Mean it. But yeah, I mean, y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what am I wrong to feel some kind of way about that? Oh, look at the whittles. Oh, I swear this book bag bigger than this child. Oh, look at it. Oh, they so cute at that age. Then they turn they turn 9 and you're ruining their life. I'm like, your life is ruined at 9. Oh my god. But I just want to get some feedback on that. You know, and like I said, if it was something that my sister had done to her, but the reason ain't the reason ain't reasoning. Cause how she gonna call and check on your stepdad when she was sick? You see what I'm saying? See, that's the part that pisses me off. I wouldn't have cared if she had did this at the beginning of the year. Okay, fine, but the timing, because when she did this, my sister was still recovering. My sister hadn't even went back to work yet, so she was still recovering. And see, I'm funny when you fuck with my folks. I really am. I get real when you fuck with my peoples. I we can fuck with each other all day and day, but you ain't finna step in. I don't give a fuck who it is. And like I said, and I know I keep repeating, but that's the part that's really bothering me is the timing. It's the timing of the bullshit. And I'm like, what in the actual? I mean, just came out of left field. You know, cause we would call what you. Oh, I'm at work. This, that, and the other. I mean, you could call this chick at 9 o'clock at night. Oh, what? I'm at work. This, that, and the other. Right. That she felt it, and she stated I never forget because it was for my birthday. We went to the Mexican restaurant. We hadn't seen her because she had just moved back. And this chick sat there and said that she was upset because the a baby took her friend away from her. I'm like, okay. But we got over that. That's when we said, hey, once a month, third weekend of the month, let's get together, go out. You know, I could see if she was upset with me because when she was talking to me, I didn't ask how her stepdad was doing. But my sister was in the goddamn hospital sick. How the fuck? She was fighting for her own goddamn life. Didn't I mean? And like I said, the only thing that I need to calm down before my baby. Okay, before my baby get in this car. When my sister found out she was pregnant, we told her before my sister told her before we even told my our mama. You know, so I'm just like, is that principal? Yeah, that's the principal. I'm like, all this. Now that I think about it, I'm really calling bullshit on it. I am really calling bullshit on it. But that's what they say about your friend. Oh my God, the principal at my niece's school, she looked just like Michelle Obama. But I'm like, is that? Oh no, I have to remember. She has braids now. It just blows me. It blows me. You know, it blows me. You know, that's why when like my sister got some people that she worked with that she called friends, and I'm like, nah. True enough, when she was sick, they came together, because she had one dude called every floor in the hospital till he found what was going what she was. It was so cute, and they came through for her. But she ain't known these people a quarter of the time we had knew this other chick, and I'm like, again, if y'all hear a faint, that's my AC. It's like the heat index here is 109. So because yeah, and the thing, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm upset, because that hurt my sister. My sister was hurt by that because she really did think that this girl was her friend. Me, when it comes to friends and hanging around people, I can take it or leave it. I tried hanging around people. I tried being around and hanging around people in 2012. Worst mistake I ever made in my life. But yeah, and so I'm like, I sit back and think about all the shit that we've been through together, and I'm like, really? Because she didn't call and check on your stepdad. Well, excuse me, forgive me, if I'm her, forgive me. I almost died my damn self. And like I said, if she didn't know it, I could somewhat understand. But I was talking to her almost every day while my sister was in the hospital, so she knew what was going on with my sister. You know, I just don't get people. And then so now you done hook back up with the buddy that the husband wanted you to make amends with. That was his dying wish, that he wanted her and the baby mama, the men fences and all this, that, and the other. Who the fuck is this? Wait a minute, I gotta mute for a minute. I'm back. But yeah, it just blew me. And I hadn't thought when I found out about it. So the time I found out about it, and just now today, it just blew me. Like I said, I guess because everybody was gone out the house. My sister at work, the little one at school, and it was quiet in the house. And like I said, I'm the type of person. I mean, no disrespect to your lifetime friend. I mean, it's I'm the wrong one to have time to sit and think about stuff. And like I said, that was, and like I said, I never take a shower in the middle of the day. Never. Because I'm one of those, I take a shower, I'm figuring to go to bed. But for some reason today, in the middle of the day, I jumped in the shower. Oh my God, this dude looked like somebody went upside his head with a bottle of peroxide. But I'm back. It's just, I don't know. And now, how I know I've changed, because I'm going to say maybe 15, 20 years back, if this had happened, I've been calling, what's wrong? What's this? But now I'm like, okay, if that's how you feel, I'm not finna beg anybody to be in my life that don't want to be there. You know how when when you be in church and they be, getting people, inviting people to come join, and they be like, the doors of the church is open. Feel free to come up. Well, the doors of my life is open. Feel free to get the fuck on. That's just how I feel. If you don't want to be in my life, bye. How old boy said in Tombstone, when Wyatt told him it's over and he was leaving, well, bye. That's just how I feel about it. That's just where I am at it. And because I was finishing her text, because I hadn't heard nothing from my sister, and then my sister told me what went on. I'm like, oh, okay. So, be blessed. My mom got this saying, peace be within your walls. Be blessed, not stressed, baby. But I'm willing to guarantee, dealing with that snake ass broad that she dealing with now. Oh, the bite is coming. The bite is coming. Because like I said, anybody that have a nigga up in their house, and then you bring your so-called friend, have your friend to come over there to make it look like him and her got something going on, when it's really you and him, and then you end up moving out from your baby dad with this nigga, and now y'all got y'all own little family, and that's who you gonna cling to. That, oh shit, I had to turn that down because I ain't trying to get. That's who you finna be buddy with. They must have told them not to pull it down. It's a spot under that tree. I wish I would have known there was a spot in the shade. But yeah, I that shit is just funny. It's funny, but it's sad, because why do we as people, why do we get rid of the people that mean that don't that mean us nothing but the best, for snake ass people? Because now I've done that before in my life. I was okay, y'all telling folks to pull on down. I've done that. I've cut, I wish y'all could see this shit that I'm saying. They need to tell these folks, why would you come up here in your bra to pick up your child from school? Oh, there she is. Here comes Mrs. America. Here she is. Miss America. Lord, she got these pink braids. You can't tell them no. Hey, beautiful. How you doing, gorgeous? You take your mask off. How was your day? Well, y'all, I have my beautiful, beautiful niece in the car with me. So I will be ending this live. I want to thank y'all for coming over to listening to me rant. Please make sure to put your notifications on because I will have part two. Like I said, like my grandma used to say, Lord, spare my life and nothing happened. I will be bringing you part two of What About Your Friends tomorrow. Y'all take care. Be blessed. Smooches.